would like to start off with the question at the individual level, as you mentioned, talking about the exploitation and exploration. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? You had a lot of work done in that area, so just to clarify it and get introduced in that level. So what is it in that sense?
Yeah, so what is exploration and exploitation is two types of behavior that capture what is, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many experts, the most important dilemma that we face. And it might sound like an exaggeration, but I honestly think that is not an exaggeration. I think most of our decisions, particularly the important decisions, usually involve this exploration exploitation. So what are they really? Exploration refers to the type of behaviors where we do not know what is going to be the outcome, where we do not know what is the value that the outcome is going to give us. For example, let's take a simple example, hopefully a nice example for many, that is, you want to eat ice cream and you don't know if you want to choose a new flavor of ice cream or if you want to stick to a known favorite. So exploration would be going for a new flavor of ice cream, or even going for a new shop to choose your ice cream. But let's keep it simple. Let's say that I only have one shop in my little town and I have to go there for my ice cream, and exploration would be, do I get strawberry as I've always done? Or should I choose a new flavor that seems very interesting, but I am afraid it might not work? That is, let's say, chicken wings ice cream. Exploration would be that. Should I explore the unknown? I'm not sure if it's going to be good or if it might actually be quite disgusting. Exploitation, the opposite behavior, would be instead sticking to what is known. And in this example would be, I choose strawberry. I've always eaten strawberry for the past 40 years, so I'm going to keep eating strawberry. Or no, I will choose this one and perhaps I actually discover that it's better. So when I discover the outcome, I update my knowledge and then I face the decision differently the next time. Balancing how much exploration and how much exploitation to do is a critical thing. And people who do that well actually get the best of the two types of behaviors because they know to what extent they can explore, how much they can tolerate that uncertainty that comes with exploration, and how much they actually get more value from exploiting what they like. So I think it's I put the example of the ice cream, but it applies to many other realms in our lives. It applies to what career path to choose, something that perhaps is relevant for our audience. Do I keep investing on the topic, on the subject that I've been investing and become even more of a specialist? Do I exploit this or do I explore an alternative? And each one comes with their own risks, right? The risks of exploitation are that we might be missing out something that is potentially better. So I say, go back to ice cream. I keep eating strawberry. It's very good. I'm very happy, but I might be missing out on chicken wings or on Swiss chocolate or whatever. Versus I do too much of exploration. So I go for chicken wings and it turns out to not be so good. And then I go for Swiss chocolate and it's very good, but it's not as good as strawberry. And on a career realm, the stakes are going to be higher. So it really is a fundamental dilemma in many aspects of our lives.
So, I mean, in that respect, it's a type of behavior, as you mentioned. What seems to be more natural for us humans? You know, do we more tend to think or behave in an exploitative way or explorative way? And why? Do we have any insights?
So you are touching on a super important point, and there is not a single answer that we say, hey, humans really tend to only explore or humans tend to only exploit. It's actually depending obviously a lot on inter-individual preferences, but we tend to, by nature, we tend to have a tendency to know when to do one or the other. However, different aspects more from the environment led us into a more exploitative path or a more explorative path. I would dare to say that in many cases, we tend to go a bit more exploitative because the forces around us tend us to put from very early on in our lives into more exploitative modes. But obviously, there are many examples that are the opposite of what I just said, right? Like people that throughout their lives, they keep exploring and they maybe do little exploitation to capture the value of what they are doing. Let's go back to a career choice example. If I started studying, say, medicine, and I did a bit of that, but before I actually became very good, I go and turn into an ice cream chef. And before I really become very good at that, I go and turn into something else. I will never really capture the gains. I will never really capture the value of what I have invested my exploration time. And that can happen in many things. So I don't think there is like a unique answer, but there are many forces that make us tend more towards exploitation. And one decisive aspect, let's say two main aspects here that help are, one, the risk aversion. So we are risk averse by nature, most of us, and that makes us tend more for exploitation. But we are also very curious creatures, and that makes us naturally tend more for exploration. To what extent one is more or the other, it varies according to each person, but also according to the context. I am very explorative in the kitchen, but I am very exploitative when it comes to investment. I am very explorative when I paint. I don't care, it's horrible, I don't mind, and it's just for fun, and I try new materials and new colors and things. But I am very exploitative when it comes to make decisions about the education of my kid. And I think depending on the context, I can notice myself that I'm more or less explorative, because I guess I have more freedom in losing, in having a bad outcome from what I'm doing. Or I don't even, for example, in my example of the painting, I don't even care about the outcome, you know? So I think it really varies according to these aspects, how risk averse or risk prone we are, and how much space we leave to our own curiosity, that we all have it as a tendency.